Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for some subscriber feedback, baby. And we got Hamish here today, who wants to know if his accents stand up to scrutiny, the scrutiny of this state. So we're going to give a listen and see what we can see and help you out, Hamish. But of course, if you out there, all of you other folks want to get in on it, you can. It's free. We do this every Thursday. There's a form in the description. Send me something. If you want to jump the queue and be smart about it like Hamish here, you can join the Booth Buddies. It's a channel membership here, helps you get priority access, and you can submit more than once if you so choose. If you don't want to do any of that, hey, that's fine. Or you can hop over to my website for coaching there. Whatever floats your boat. Hamish, this is a lovely little character demo here, but first things first, my friend, you sent me a stereo file, you silly goose. No worries, we flopped it over to mono right quick, and I boosted and compressed it a little bit for the sake of the YouTubes. But let's give it a gander. I may stop and start. We'll see how far we get. I listened to the whole thing before this, so I'll try to bake that in, Hamish. Don't worry, I'm not skirting things, but we'll see how far we get. Let's go.
Are we all present and accounted for? Pegleg. Aye, sir. Sid. Well, you're looking at me, aren't you? Scotty. Go easy with you. I'm right beside you. Yorkshire. Got a name, you know. Okay, let's have it. Charles. Okay, Charles. Glad you could make it. Jed. Yes, sir. You're still talking. I'm still listening. And Angelo. I stand with you, sir. Great. What's not so great is we are on day 3 of our siege, and we still don't have so much as a strategy for how we're going to storm the castle.
Okay, pausing real fast. Love this setup. I have a demo that I made very similar to this, where all of my characters are in a book club together, reading a book and discussing it. So I love this as a concept to just smash a bunch of characters together in a scene and have them play across each other. Love it. So yeah, great. The accents at first blush sound pretty solid overall. We can get into, I mean, it's interesting with accents in general because you can really go really deep and specific if you so choose, or you can keep it kind of broad. The thing that I appreciate here is you've got a fair number of UK accents, and specifically like northern UK accents, Scottish, Yorkshire, et cetera, and the nuances of those dialects are pulling apart and being, when I say pulling apart, they're distinct from each other in a way. So good on you there, my friend. With this initial section where you're introducing your characters, I have a few thoughts in general about just the structure of this that are somewhat tied into the accent work, but also just the structuring of the demo in general and the characterizations that you're going with here. And so the first thing is the accents themselves, particularly the ones that are of the Northern UK variety here, they're all distinct in sound, but the vibe of the characters is pretty similar overall. And so I think what would improve this and perhaps improve your character work is, and showcase just your range as an actor, because right now all the characters are kind of just like different versions of the same dude almost. And we can pull them apart more and make the accents more distinct from each other by characterizing them different. So as a point here, the Scottish fella and then the Yorkshire fella are, those were not different accents. Don't take that as a demonstration. But they're both sort of in the same camp. They're both gruff dudes, seem somewhat abrasive in a way. And you're doing a good job with the different sounds of the accents to pull them apart. But the characters, it's hard to distinguish them. And so you can pull those apart even more, and it'll help give a better demonstration of your range. So for example, if the Scottish fella maybe has a higher voice, maybe he's not Gimli from the Lord of the Rings, but he's maybe closer to one of the hobbits or something like that. Don't take these accents as demonstrations of these different regionalisms. But instead of keeping them all in that same level, pull the characters apart more, and that'll help to distinguish them even further. The other thing that you can do is with the accents specifically, and this would hold for not only these accents here, but just accents broadly, as you're researching and diving into and refining the accents, it can be really, really useful to get a survey of a broad range of persons from that region and how they speak, and then sort of go back and sort of become an anthropologist of sorts, where you dig into how those accents developed. And what I mean by that specifically is if you trace back like heritage and lineage, not genetically, but just like where these people come from, how the communities sort of commingled, how they maybe isolated themselves over time. That can be a really interesting and useful thing to deepen why the accents sound like that and how you might choose to characterize them. So that's just sort of like a deeper level built into character work that you can derive from the accent specifically. I can't think of particular examples in my history, but if one comes up, I'll shout it out. But all to say, these accents right here are distinct, and I think they generally tilt towards what we would expect or what like a media presentation of these accents would be. We've seen these types of characters on film, TV, in video games, et cetera, et cetera. And that's great that you've got that in your pocket. And I'm not by any stretch saying don't do the voices like this or that this is, but there's a deep well that we can dive into and find the pockets that are still true to those accents and those regionalisms, but maybe are derived from the source material, i.e. the people from those places and communities, more so than Angelo loved the thing. I did the same in my demo. Well, he's got a kind of Godfather-esque tone to him. Angelo, I stand with you, sir. And we can use that, or we can find references that are not in that space. So you've got options. You can do that Godfather voice, which you're doing really, really well, or you can pull in from another place. Ta-da.
It's because the mojo's off, innit? What we need is some cracking theme music to blare from the loudspeakers when we charge. So far I got Boom Boom by the Animals, Gimme Shelter by the Stones, or London Calling by the Clash. And all that.
One side effect, I might say, of accent work is a lot of times the accent becomes the priority for us, and then the acting kind of falls by the wayside in a way. And this could be part of what's factoring into why the characters are all kind of sounding the same. So in performing these characters, give them stronger opinions and points of view about things. So this fella,
it's because the
who's really concerned about the mojo and really wants to start blasting some tunes to help the effort, to characterize him more deeply. If he's like really excited, maybe he's just been trying to get these records to be played by his friends here for ages. And he's like, oh, this is my chance. Okay, so we got to get the vibe up. Yeah. We got to get investigate that more, and it'll help to make the character more vibrant as a whole. As far as the accent and dialect, I don't hear anything right out of the gate that jumps out as... Ooh, that's not quite the voice.
What we need is some cracking theme music to blare from the loudspeaker.
But I think having the motivation there behind it will help to help the listener to understand, oh, this isn't just a demonstration of accents, but it's a like totally embodied character.
Clash and all that. It's got to be the bagpipes if there's music. They're darkest.
And then this guy How strongly does he say the Clash? No, lad, the Clash, get out of here. Yeah, we got a bit bagpipes if it's gonna be anything. Bagpipes. If he feels super strongly about that and how much he wants to disagree with him. Maybe these two have been having a fight about it for ages, and this guy's like, why can I just listen to the Clash? And the other guy's like, no, you can't listen to the Clash. Whatever it is.
Fears imagine the lyrics. Gosh, so we're sad as time is all I can tire. Gentlemen.
That character transition did not register for me. The character accents are quite similar, bleeding directly into each other. That, coupled with the demeanor of the characters, makes it hard to distinguish which is which. I do detect the differences in the accents after close listening, but you can pull those apart more from all the things that we've said so far.
Gentlemen, our problem is we got no women working the inside and no women to offer from the outside. What we need is proper soldiers.
This character stands out a lot because of a couple of reasons. A, the accent is very, very different from the others. But also, again, his demeanor is quite different. He's got a slower motor, and he's got really interesting opinions that, fit this type of character. But, maybe we should evaluate. I don't know. That's not a judgment call. I'm just talking about that character.
What we need is proper soldiers.
Soap!
And devil blind me, the best we can muster is musicians and pimps. I'm leaving. See, I find myself in agreement with Angelo. If we can't get in, then we need them to come out. We don't need soldiers. Surest way to smoke folks out of the dwellings with a few feral hogs. Set those beasts in there and hoo-wee. They'll lower that drawbridge quick as a hiccup, wishing they'd never been born. Aye, and we'll sing sea shanties to celebrate when they do. Are we all
what was I going to say? Yeah, really, I think that just having the characters particularly motivated about their specific ideas and needing to be right, because hey, if the other people are wrong, this whole thing's going up in smoke. We're gonna lose this whole thing. We put so much time into it, and it's just gonna be a big old hullabaloo. So like this guy with the hogs, if he just has a stronger opinion, has really definite thing. No, y'all don't know. You just send in a hog in there and they'll smoke them out. No worries. No, let me tell you what. It'll really sharpen things. All in all, my friend, really, really solid work, I think. A lot of these accents would hold up in a fair number of instances, I believe, and even more so if we deepen the characters, investigate, pulling them apart even more, really tie the motivation of the character into the accent itself. So right now, it's kind of the accents overriding. So right now, it's kind of like the accents overriding the performance and motivations of the characters to a degree. And if we can combine the two, you're going to be off to the races, my friend. Yeah, but I'll leave it at that. Until the next one of these, everybody be well. I hope this one was helpful. And I'll see you there. Toodles.